Hi Cancer, my lunar brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cancer, it's for you. But remember to use your own discernment. They are general readings after all. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have all right, the Moon card. All right, so Moonchild has the Moon card. Remember, the Moon card represents the past, right? So there's a lot of looking backward this week, as well as a lot of reflective practice going on. One of the ways that this might show up is you maybe decide to journal this week, right? You maybe start to sort of raid in the memory banks for something, or it could be that in all of these different areas of life, you're having not just flashbacks, but echoes. There are echoes of the past that are beginning to stir this week. And it's kind of like you're looking at everything and saying, right, okay. And one of the best things that I can tell you about the Moon card is when you have these experiences, right? If you look back over your life and you say, right, I've been in this situation before, what happened next? This gives you a chance this week, even though it might feel like you're trudging backwards, it gives you a chance to anticipate what's going to come up next, all right? So really, this is a week for you to take stock, to reflect on where you are in life in all of these different areas. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Father of Swords, so this is the King of Swords. And so this is usually an air sign male, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Now, as a person, the King of Swords, as an experience, the King of Swords tends to be all about the career, right? So what this tells me is first of all, you could be reconnecting with an air sign male, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But you could also be going back over, or there could be an opportunity or maybe even some kind of idea around your past, around your career that comes up. So it's kind of like you're looking back over the journey that you've taken in the industry that you're in. You could be really sort of taking stock right now of the career to ask yourself, okay, where is everything going from here? When it comes to your oh my gosh, come on brain, when it comes to the options that are available to you, this could be either to specialize in some regard or to connect with somebody that would be considered a specialist. But this is very likely not to be somebody that's new to you. It will be somebody from your past, somebody that you've already connected with in some way, shape or form. For your communications and conversations, you've got the World card. This is a grand cycle of some sort, right? It's a big cycle. In some regard, you are either reconnecting with an old community, maybe you're reconnecting with old friends, potentially with old work colleagues. That would not be a surprise to me. The other thing with the World card, so for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, I think you're going to realize very quickly that in some regard you are very different to your peers, but this is your superpower. This is what gives you the ability to do what needs to be done, but more importantly, to go further than anybody else in your class. I think this week you're going to discover that your difference really is your strength in some way. And I would say to you, take that to be the best thing that it can, right? For those of you that are employed by somebody else, there's something going on in the workplace around the culture of the work or the workplace, or maybe even with who you work with. There's some kind of shift here, and I got to be honest with you, just because the Moon card is the key to the week, this could be, maybe when you started with this organization, things were a little bit of a mess and then they improved and they got better. There's something about the workplace culture that I don't like here. I'm just going to tell you straight up, it seems to be going in a direction that either doesn't feel good to you or maybe has, it's the King of Swords, so it could even have like a bit of a judgmental sort of vibe about it as well, right? There's something here that is going to need to really be looked at and observed at a deeper level, because ultimately as a water sign, the undercurrents and the emotional sort of waters of a situation is what's important. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this world card, it can be a card of level ups, right? It can be a card of moving forward, you know, new plateaus, all of that good stuff. But with this combination of cards, it could also be that you are, excuse me, reconnecting with clients that have either left you, or maybe you are getting I want to say second chances at working with someone, but you might realize very quickly, like, oh, actually, yeah, you know what, I'm glad that we don't work together anymore. So this, it might be a case of you needing to let someone down gently and say, actually, you know what, no, I don't think this is, you know, I don't think this is for me. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, it is possible that some of you might be thinking about a trip or a journey of some sort, like a return to a place that you've been before, that happens to either house or be a part of a community for you. For your love and relations, you've got the Sun of Pentacles. So this card is actually the Knight of Pentacles. And again, some form of travel that you're doing with your partner. So whatever this sort of trip down memory lane could be, it is very likely to be one that you are not taking on your own. That could be really good. If you are single and looking to mingle, it's returning to a place that you have lived, maybe a place that you studied, maybe a place that you worked before. That's likely to be where you come into contact with someone, but it is just going to be the first meet. It's kind of like you meet, you dip your toes, you have a conversation, maybe you exchange numbers, but that's as far as it goes for now. It'll be kind of like a long development. And then for your money and materials, you've got the Fool card. Excuse me. So the Fool card, new things, new places, new people, new energies. What I can tell you about this King of Swords, even though this is someone from your past, it might not necessarily be somebody that you know all that well. It could be somebody that you've connected with, somebody that you have seen, somebody that you've met in passing, but it could sort of very quickly become something else. You might find yourself kind of saying like, oh wow, you know, we worked together, we never really had a conversation or whatever, but I find you really attractive. Or it could be, actually, you know what, I'm reconnecting to this client that I had for my business, and maybe the business connection isn't going to go anywhere, but actually through that reconnection, I meet this person who makes all the difference. When it comes to your money specifically, the Fool card is good for money, but with the Moon card here, there is an urge to watch out for pitfalls that you had already experienced. So where is it that you have previously spent money on something hoping that it would do A, B, and C, and it didn't? You might have an opportunity to make a purchase or to walk away from a purchase this week. And I gotta be honest, with the collection of cards that are here, it kind of feels like this is a financial commitment or obligation that you're meant to walk away from, not necessarily towards. You're getting a heads up. Remember what I said about the cycles of life, right? So you had this experience before, you might see yourself having the same conversations, and then you remember like, oh yeah, actually last time I got sold into this thing that I paid like 2,000 for, and actually it was nowhere near as, and I'm not saying that every experience is the same, but with this combination of cards, there is a suggestion that, you know, it will be the same this time round. So do the thing that you wish you had done last time is the message there, right? And for those of you that are, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, I love the Fool card for health and vitality because it's kind of like new lease on life energy, right? You get a chance to kind of do it over. Because it is the Fool, you do need to change. There's some element of your life that needs to change. There's some element that needs to be adapted or shifted in how you do this. Because the Fool card sometimes talks about inverting your reality, you are being asked to kind of look at this and say, okay, you know what, I could probably do this differently. And this with the Moon card, your patterns are showing themselves. Do you like what you see? Finally, when it comes to your home and environment, the Fool card, this is a very fast development that you don't expect. something comes about in a roundabout way that you're just kind of like, oh shit, this puts a spanner in the works. It might be a really good one. It might be it's not shocking so much. It's more a case of, okay, that's a development that I didn't expect. And this will be around or with the home. It could also be that you're welcoming someone or something new into the home. This could be a pet. For a lot of you, it probably will be a pet. For a select few of you, this could be a pregnancy. For some of you, this will probably be a phantom pregnancy, so something to consider. But with that said, all in all, not too bad a reading. With that, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the link in the description box below. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.